Because there's so much that we know, but there's at the same time so much that we don't know.
Welcome to Legends of Lancaster, where we'll be exploring local folklore, myths, and legends. Today we're learning more about the intriguing and at times dark history of the Fulton Theatre. With me today to help unpack this story is Tyler Huber. Tyler, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on here. I'm super excited to get into podcasting here. We get to dive into Legends of Lancaster. Are you kidding me? Of course I want to do this.
So, longtime listeners may recognize Tyler's voice from his original Legends of Lancaster series, but Tyler, for people who have never heard before, what is Legends of Lancaster?
So I'm a video producer with LancasterOnline and LMP. In 2018, my boss Dustin approached me and he said, Tyler, make a video series. And I have just always had a love for history, spooky things, mystery. Grew up, watching Goosebumps and John Carpenter movies and all that stuff. So it was a natural, push to do that. And yeah, I really enjoyed making those mini documentaries over the years.
So what are we here to talk about today?
So today we're going to talk about the Fulton Theatre. A lot of dark history to it, just a lot of history in general, really.
Me and Tyler actually just got back from taking a closer look at the theater, taking a tour around. We had the pleasure of learning a lot more about that history that Tyler was talking about. Tyler, how did it feel to be back there today?
Yeah, it's pretty cool going to the Fulton if you've never experienced it before. You walk in and you have a mixture of history on the walls with, old posters from old shows from the past. And then you have elegance like the gold trim. You have the red carpet. It looks really beautiful in there. And it's always a joy to go back to the Fulton.
Can you tell us a little bit about how the Fulton started? I understand that it was a prison. That's kind of an interesting place for a theater to start out of all places.
Yeah, so it was the site of the old jail. So the original jail in Lancaster County, 1700s. And that was just basically a basic stone structure.
Kathy Becker and Sadie Udoff both work at the Fulton Theatre. Kathy is the education and events manager, but also spent time on and off the stage over the last 14 years as an actor and teaching artist. Sadie, who you'll hear from next, works in the box office and grew up at the theater. She spent time in the mezzanine watching her father perform, and lately has been uncovering more and more about the theater's long history. We sat down with the both of them to learn more.
So we are currently in our green room, which is the site of the old Lancaster County prison.
And that prison was built back in the 1700s. I think it was 1737 to 1851 when it was actually the county jail. And so it has quite a lot of history associated with it, as you can imagine.
It was also the site of a major tragedy.
1763 is when the massacre had happened. So December 27th, they had been keeping the Native Americans in the jail to keep them safe from the Paxton Boys, who they knew were kind of coming after them because they had gone for other tribes in the area.
But who were the Paxton Boys?
So the Paxton Boys were a group of vigilantes that formed in Cumberland County around 1760. These settlers were basically squatting on native lands, so the Lenape and the Shawnee tribes targeted their settlements. So the Conestoga natives had a village in this region, one specifically in Manor Township, which is right here in Lancaster County. The Paxton Boys targeted this village as revenge for previous attacks, but little did they know the Conestogas were totally peaceful with no ties to the hostile native tribes. So on December 14th, 1763, roughly 50 of these Paxton Boys attacked the Conestoga village over in Manor Township, and they killed and scalped 6 Conestoga and burned the village down, basically. And an awful tragedy occurred on December 27th, 1763, so about a week or two later.
And so they were coming for this group, and somehow the Paxton Boys had gotten in and had massacred the last remaining that were in this area.
The Paxton Boys broke into that jail and killed 14 of the remaining Conestogas that were held there. So it was a really horrifying massacre. So definitely some dark history at the site of the Fulton, and you can still see relics from the old jail in the theater. So like the old jail door by the bathrooms, we saw that when we were there earlier, and the original stone wall.
And right in front of that wall is actually where we sat with Kathy and Sadie for the interview.
We can see here we're seated just next to the remaining wall from the courtyard of the old jail. So it's still visible here. You can see the stonework, you can see the arched doorway that goes out onto Water Street, and on the other side of us, outside the exterior wall, there's a plaque honoring the Conestoga as well.
So it's cool to see that mix of elegance, and then you have that stone structure to kind of remind us of a dark history there too, you know?
But the building didn't stay a jail for very long.
So as we said, it was a jail up until 1851 when the jail was moved to King Street. And then on the foundation of the jail was built Fulton Hall. So it was really a place for the community to come together for celebrations and anything that needed to be honored. So that was kind of the main floor. And then there were two floors above that. One was the a gentleman's club, sort of a bar. And then the top level was a shooting gallery. And then entertainment really became the focus in 1873. It was renamed Fulton Opera House. It gained the nickname the Queen of the Roadhouses because there were touring companies that would come through. And we had all kinds of famous people here. Can you tell us some of the famous people who came?
I know Mark Twain's been here. Barrymore family, Ethel Barrymore has performed here. Just lots of different people.
One of which was an actress and a pretty notable diva in her time.
Is the ghost of Marie Cahill still bothering people?
I don't think anyone's seen her for a while.
Marie Cahill, she was born in 1866 and died in 1933. Famous Broadway actress. And she came through to the Fulton. You know, she performed at the Fulton Theatre. And apparently she was quite a diva. We all know those diva types like in theater, and I guess she was a very stereotypical version of that. But the story is that she still haunts the Fulton. Other people have been doing rehearsal, and they hear some screaming in their ear. And it's always stage right, I believe, where this stuff is happening.
Yeah, in your previous video, I think it was said that it was stage right because there used to be a spiral staircase there leading down to where her dressing room used to be, and that it was really only actresses or, I guess, fellow divas that complained of seeing her.
So Marie Cahill is giving divas, modern divas, a tough time still, I guess.
Yeah, she's very interesting. They still have a picture of her up today. She,
Yeah, it's kind of spooky having it down there. She's like always watching still. When we walked down there, I was talking to you and I was like, oh, I think I remember there's a picture of Marie Cahill, and there it was.
Nowadays, that picture overlooks the green room, where a hallway extends into the dressing rooms littered with costumes, fabric trimmings, and people fluttering in and out, preparing for the next production. Heading up just one level is the main stage itself, which was alive with the sounds of the crew that was preparing the set and practicing movements.
It's a nice blend of the past and the present and the future. First impressions when you walk in, you obviously see that proscenium arch, which goes around the stage itself, and you can see now that we talked about downstairs how tobacco leaves were hung in the basement in days of old. You can see them now in gold lining the proscenium arch.
In the early days, different traveling productions would come through on that stage, some of which were much more elaborate than others, like Ben-Hur.
They would load in one of the biggest productions we had was Ben-Hur. That was 1907, and that came through. They had 200 performers, camels, sinking ships, 4 charging horses, and one of the most amazing sights must have been they would place the horses on treadmills and have them run for the chariot races, so it seemed like they were running into the audience. You can imagine it was quite a thrilling experience.
I found the program from it the other day, and I will say I'm sure because it was one of the biggest shows that had ever been here, probably caused a bit of a rush because you could only get your tickets 2 days in advance.
People would rush to see shows just like that, and there's the story of this one spectator that just refused to leave and may still be causing actors and actresses a bit of an issue now.
Yeah, so the story of the Whistler. Apparently, people have seen a man with a light tan suit and it's like a tan hat or maybe a straw hat. And what he does, apparently, he whistles. This ghost whistles and probably messes people up while they're rehearsing and all that. Yeah, people have reported hearing a strange whistling there at the Fulton.
Outside the entrance to orchestra seating is a hallway adorned with old show posters, including Ben-Hur, which we just mentioned, as well as a statue of the man the theater is named after.
So Robert Fulton is obviously one of the most famous Lancaster residents, and he actually passed away before the theater was built, but you'll find a lot of things around Lancaster named after him. What's he famous for? And of course it's inventing the steam engine and all of that. But yeah, he's honored with this statue, and this statue actually used to exist on the front of the theater above our marquee. It is, brought inside. It was brought inside to keep it from getting too weathered and, falling into disrepair.
Our prop supervisor, so every show we do, she will decorate Robert Fulton to be something else. So I know for Superstar, he had the crown of thorns on his head, or for Carole King, he had a bunch of her albums. So she decorates him based on what show we're doing.
Heading up another floor is the mezzanine, which overlooks the stage and orchestra seating. It gives visitors a good view of the arch above the stage as well. On either side of that, there are 2 angels watching.
Yeah, so we're here in our mezzanine level right now, and this was added to the theater in 1873. It was the first balcony, and used to have a capacity of around 900, I think, at the time, and currently we're at 650. You can really see the proscenium arch. You can also see here on either side of the arch there are 2 angels, and if you look closely you can see they're holding masks, and one is comedy and one is tragedy, and that dates back to early Greek theater when everyone had to wear a mask and was either smiling or frowning, and those became the symbol for theater. So that's what the angels are holding, and it's just a lovely tribute to that history.
Going up a level and still under the watchful gaze of the angels is the gallery.
In 1904 there was another renovation where a second balcony was added in the level that used to be the shooting gallery. We call it the gallery. I think what at the time is the floor would extend, so you'd actually have 3 proper separated levels. But you're right, it would be quite a full sensory experience, as we said.
And I've been reading too that you would be watching something from down on the first floor, and the soot and stuff from the guns would just go down and fall onto people.
Yeah, and I think I also heard, since the second level was a gentleman's club, like a bar, I think at one performance a spittoon was spilled and knocked over, and it actually dripped on the person who was performing.
It was Ethel Barrymore. Ethel Barrymore complained that between the gentleman's club and everything falling, the manure that was under the stage, and the smoke from up here, that it was not a very nice place for her to perform.
Which is very different from how the Fulton is now. The gallery is no longer home to smoky guns or dirty gentlemen's clubs, but one of the best seats in the house, at least according to one ghost story.
Yeah, so this is the story of the grandfather, or the grandfather ghost. So there must have been an actress, rehearsing at the Fulton at one point in time. And there was a lighting director or a lighting operator up at the very top. We were up there earlier. It's pretty high up there. Apparently the spotlight operator, saw somebody in the stands just watching the rehearsal. And it was a closed rehearsal. Nobody was supposed to be there. Apparently the spotlight operator must have spoke to this person and said, "Who are you?" And then he said, "I'm this person's grandfather." So then later, the spotlight operator goes to the girl and says, "Hey, did you know that your grandfather was here? Didn't you see him?" And she said, my grandfather died years ago. He's not around anymore." That just gives, I literally have goosebumps right now just talking about that. It's just weird.
I mean, the Fulton is a lot more than what we just talked about. I mean, 3 ghost stories doesn't define a theater that's been around for hundreds of years at this point.
They were doing dress rehearsal. They were doing some sound checks. They also, I think they did a whole dancing rehearsal in that new back section as well.
Yeah, and to reach that working theater status that the Fulton has now, it has gone through many different transformations. As we mentioned, from county jail to community hall to theater, but even as a theater, it saw a lot of different changes.
As the turn of the century came around and movies became much more of a method of entertainment, people kind of gravitating toward that. So the theater did show movies for a long time. In fact, I've given tours, and Sadie and I have been in, we've had tour groups come through where people who grew up here said, "Oh yeah, I used to come see movies here with my family." sadly, though, the theater did start to fall into disrepair. I think that's happened a lot of places. And, instead of really cleaning the place and, making it look, keeping that beautiful appearance, they would just paint over it with white paint. Anytime it got dirty, they just throw another layer of white paint on it, So after a while, all the beauty and the gilded, angels and carvings and things were just, layered and lost behind paint. And so there was actually talk of, in the 60s, I think, taking the wrecking ball to the place, turning it into either a parking lot or something of that sort. Parking garage, yeah. And so we were very fortunate. There was a group of citizens in 1962 who came together, raised a lot of funds, created the Fulton Opera House Foundation, saved this building from the wrecking ball. We are so grateful for that. And when you walk around the building today, you can't imagine it lying in a pile of rubble. It's so beautiful. So there was a lot of care given to the restoration. In 1995, it was restored. All that paint was stripped away. Everything was put back to the way it was meant to be, with that Victorian elegance and that we have. And since we've become a producing house. So I mentioned earlier that we were a touring house. So places would come, existing shows would come through. They were produced elsewhere and brought, along the tour route to the Fulton Theatre. But now we're producing house, so we do all of our work here.
This history is also peppered with lesser-known stories that add to the deep cultural importance of the site. There was that connection to the Underground Railroad, too. I mean, I know you know a lot about the Underground Railroad in the area.
I wasn't even aware of the Fulton, though. This was the first time I heard about it, because I was doing a video about the Underground Railroad for Black History Month back in February. And I visited a few locations, but I actually didn't know that the Fulton was a stop on the Underground Railroad. And apparently this story is from 1835, but it's documented that it was a safe place for fugitive slaves or former slaves to hide.
We are an Underground Railroad stop. The Sheriff Dave Miller had let 2 women go on the Underground Railroad.
There were 2 formerly enslaved African-American women, and they were seized and brought to the county jail, because at the time it was still the jail here, and they were going to be sent back to slavery. But they were secretly released by the sheriff at the time, Dave Miller, and they didn't tell anyone about it, probably to protect his identity, but later on the story came out that that's what had happened. So that's why we were on the registry.
But throughout these different eras, one thing has remained constant.
We've been a part of the community. We are, there's a very mutually appreciative relationship we have with the Lancaster community, because we wouldn't exist today without them,
The arts have changed so much since the late 1800s, and they're changing every day now. We are thrilled to be a part of a really strong, vibrant theatrical scene that is thriving everywhere in our community. We have some flavor of something for everybody.
That was Mark Robin, the artistic producer at the Fulton, and he made it clear that the theater certainly has its eyes on the future.
The next step, which is not unheard of, is to now take the product that we're doing here out of our community, and perhaps introduce it into other communities. But then we'd love, in the fantasy world, which is what you're asking about, we would love to be able to produce something that then goes really national, whether it's we create something that goes to Broadway, and then the Fulton has now created a new Broadway piece so that everybody can see it. And then from there, oftentimes Broadway pieces go international. So the dream of someday having an international reputation isn't really a pipe dream.
Building out and leaving the paranormal behind certainly seems to be in the future for the Fulton, which left me with one last question for Tyler. So why talk about ghosts?
I love a good ghost story. There was a book that I had called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Alvin Schwartz, and it's basically a collection of a bunch of short stories and a mixture of folklore too. And it's basically a cultural example. Ghost stories happen in every culture, basically. Why do humans want to believe that there exists something beyond, the realm that we live in right now, but it's also like a part of the world, like we can interact with that realm, or rather that realm can interact with us, by messing with us,
Turning the lights on and off.
Yeah, Marie
messing
Cahill.
Up your lines.
Yeah. So all that stuff is really interesting to me, and
Yeah, I mean, you have people who were real, obviously, who people still believe are sticking around. And then you also have all of the lore. It's this shared cultural experience that people have. Like, I mean, nothing brings people together, quite literally, than a ghost story. I mean, just picture people sitting around a campfire.
Exactly. It's like the most primitive form of storytelling. When you go camping, you tell a ghost story because, yeah, it's just fun. The cool thing about a ghost story is the ambiguity about it. Is it real or is it not? Do I believe this person?
Am I going to hear whistling the next time I go to the Fulton Theatre?
Exactly.
Thanks for joining me today, Tyler. It's been wonderful visiting the theater with you and kind of just hearing your perspective on everything. It's been really great.
Yeah. Thank you again for chatting with me, and I'm really looking forward to diving into more of these old Legends of Lancaster topics that I just really love. So yeah, thank you.
And the next time you go see a show at the Fulton Theatre, hold space for its long history and perhaps save a seat for any undead members of the Peanut Gallery. Thanks for listening, and be sure to come back next time.
If my dogs cannot hunt so well on earth, another hunt in hell. By heaven you'll rue, if any balk the thing I do. The story is that he haunts that area, like he haunts the woods, and he's forced to eternally hunt.
That was just a sneak preview of the haunts we'll be getting into in the next episode, so be sure to look out for any new episodes wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you want to watch Tyler's original video series, the link is in the description. And for new episodes of the podcast, make sure you're looking out on LancasterOnline for even more.